Okay, and now on to the week 4 assignment. This week I'm going to give you 4 images, and they're going to be the skull, but with the mouth open just a little bit. I want you guys to essentially work through some of the challenges of seeing the inside of the mouth. And the idea is that you're not just working on standard closed mouth lips, which are a little bit of a trap because you can get by with a lot of construction probably that you already know, having maybe drawn in the past or studied drawing books. And so instead I want you guys to challenge yourselves a little bit and part the lips and really have to assess the inside of the mouth, right? And the inside of the lips and the thickness of the lips and how the lips overlap in different angles. Okay, so it's kind of what I was just talking about at the end of the last lecture, right? You kind of want to get on here and kind of find the actual thickness of the lips, find the parting line, how they sit on the teeth, and then work it around and just try to make it believable, right, and compelling, and try to hit all the right forms and all the right planes. And that's not all we know, though. Okay, so I want you to do the lips. I also obviously want you to do the nose because we talked about a lot of nose stuff today or this week, right? So build nasal cartilage. This is not nasal cartilage. I'm just blocking in something in the aperture. You know the nose, you know lips. I also want you to put in eyes, as you might imagine. And you can put in fat too, right? So you can start to age people or make people heavier by modulating the things that we know out here, like how much malar fat goes out into this this kind of malar fossa. You know, how much jowl fat do we have down here? How much submandibular fat? How much kind of posterior mandibular tube of fat do we have back here? How much kind of roof fat up here over bagging the eyelids, how much kind of bags under the eyelids. There's a lot of variables to play with, and I want you guys to just explore this week, right? Because we know a lot now. I hope that we know a lot, and so I think we can do some really, we're starting to be able to do some really fun things with the faces and construction on top of a skull. Okay, so that is the main idea of this week, right? Is really starting to put together a lot of the things that we've talked about. While I'm sitting here scratching away on the lips, I mentioned this in the end of the last video. You should get a mirror and look at a mirror when you're working on this, or find really good reference so that you're kind of matching concrete information with the construction that we're learning, so that it will kind of bring a step of believability to it, which is hard if you're just experiencing this for the first time. So that's what I recommend. Okay, so you can, again, submit these to me, full enrollment students, and I will have an eager look at them when I receive them. And otherwise, I also encourage you guys to submit to the forums, because it's always great to see what other people come up with, especially when we get to start playing with variables that are kind of open-ended, you know, like designing nose, designing thick, thin lips, designing fat, designing kind of everything, right? So you can be creative with this, right? Push a little bit the limits of the bell curve, or just try to make things believable. Okay, so that is all from me for this week. I will look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Thanks.